Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. In the morning, I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. Turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. I just wanna be happy. Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another deadline stream. Sorry, I'm just adjusting this because my laptop is really overheating. So I've got a stand which I put it on, which hopefully stops it from doing so. So yeah, evening, everyone. Thank you for joining again. Another deadline stream. We are here with another game week. Appreciate you all coming to listen, coming to watch. Any questions that you guys have got, fire them away in the chat already. Start firing them away. Any last questions, any last decisions you've got. I'll be having a look at my team, having a look at some of the content I put out today that we can have a chat about and all of that. But I've got about 45 minutes until our teams need to be finalised ahead of the deadline. But we'll get to that and all of that. If you don't follow me over on Twitter, please go and do so. My page is on the screen now. As of about an hour ago, I've hit 15,000 followers, which is just pretty surreal that I've reached that target. So really do appreciate it, guys. All the continued support that I'm getting from you all, really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Good to see so many of you in the chat. So if I just pull up my team that we've got there, but we can talk about that when needed. But good to see so many of you in here. How are you all doing? Let me know any last questions, how you all are. Looking forward to the game week. Got anything exciting planned for the weekend? Let me know. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks for the congrats. Evening Sponge, evening Jack, Edwin, Laz, Bryson, Mark, Kwame, Penguin, Laz, all of you, Owen in here. Thanks, guys, all for tuning in. Nuclear there as well. So yeah, let's get straight into some of you guys' questions. My team is up on screen at the moment. So yeah, that is there for you all. Let me know if you've got any thoughts on it. The big talking point this game week has been James Rodriguez, hasn't it? About 24 hours ago, we were told that he wasn't going to be fit. There were a few of us myself, I didn't start it. I saw a few people being skeptical, and I thought, yeah, maybe that's true. But then we heard today that he's not going to be fit. So that he is going to be fit. Sorry, that James Rodriguez has a chance of playing. So we all keep him in our teams. Basically, that's the message that I'm going to give. Is that if you've got James Rodriguez and you own him, put him in your teams. Make sure he's starting, because if he starts, he's going to be better than the player who's going to be coming off your bench. So I won't be taking the risk of putting him on the bench. I would be starting Rodriguez this week in your teams. So I'm rolling my transfer this week. So I've got two players in the match tonight with Martinez and Grealish. Lamptey, Robertson, Saiss is my three defenders, which I'm quite happy with. Midfield looks good again, and front two with captain on Harry Kane. Now, the sort of two talking points this week have been, will Rodriguez be fit? And then the other one being sort of who to captain. Do we captain Spurs assets? Do we captain City assets who I don't own? Or do we captain Liverpool assets? Now, it is a tough one. If you guys haven't seen my thread from earlier, so these are all the predicted sort of team lineups. If you guys don't see, I do these every Friday. We have fans from all the teams that do it for me and help me put it all together. So they're all there. So make sure to check my page on a Friday for all of these. But I have also put out this thread here, which is a Salah versus Kane captaincy piece, which if you guys haven't read, it's worth looking at. Basically means there's nothing to pick between them. So yeah, I do hope James will play. I expect James to play. Yeah, I do. I would start him in your team whether you think he's fit or not. So yeah, start him in your teams. Best Villa defensive asset. So another one of my articles. This where is it? My differential article. If you haven't read that, my differential defender is Ezri Konsa of Aston Villa. So I would be going with him as the best defensive option. So he would be my pick there. Yeah, great to hear the positive news on him. I kind of think he used it to play down the way that his players kicked at the Liverpool players at the weekend. So yeah, I would definitely be. That's the way I've read into it, that he didn't want them to have a go at him the way his players kicked the Liverpool players. You know, it's a Merseyside derby, so he sort of used it that So he sort of used it as, they did it to us as well. Evening Trophy, thanks for joining. Reece James or Bissouma? I'd probably start Bissouma. I don't expect Reece James to start this week for Chelsea. Triple Captain Salah. Mark, you say forget the double game week. You can't forget that there will be double game weeks coming up, so you can't forget that there will be double game weeks. So I would wait. I just don't think there's enough data to rely on at the moment. So yeah. Evening Sponge, nice to see you in here. I haven't been following Bournemouth this season. How are they getting on? Some of our family friends are big Bournemouth fans, so always want to see them doing well. So yeah, let me know how you've been. It's been a while since we've had a chat and a catch up, so feel free to drop me a message and we can do that. You think you're going to captain Kane? That's who it's on for me. I just love a Monday night captain, and we've got that as the last game on Monday night, so we will be captaining him in that game there. Yeah, some interesting games this week. Definitely a lot of good fixtures for teams. I suppose the Leicester Arsenal game and the Man U Chelsea game are the two big teams playing each other, but a lot of us own Spurs assets, a lot of us own City assets, and a lot of us own Liverpool assets, Everton all have good fixtures this week. So reckon I'll go Kane. Full week of rest means he could, no minutes midweek. Salah only got a few though, so I wouldn't read into that too much. But yeah, full rest for him. Didn't play at all midweek. So yeah. Thoughts on Aubameyang? There's just better options at his price. Varane, he has the potential to score a lot of points, and there will be weeks where you think, I wish I had Aubameyang, but there's just more consistent options. I wouldn't captain Aubameyang pretty much ever because he's just not that consistent type. He'll score 12 against City and then nothing against, West Brom or someone. It's so hard to predict. So yeah. Worth keeping Trent. So I would go and get Robertson. Alisson's meant to be back fit. Fabinho looks great at centre back. So I would not keep Trent, but I would go with Robertson. I think we've seen enough from him, especially, I've got him, so I'm going to be pleased with him, but we've seen enough from him to think that he's a better value pick. Thought that should I use 2 free transfers to get Foden and Chilwell for Pulisic and KWP? No. I am not a big advocate for Foden as a pick, really. When KDB comes back, it's just not good for his minutes. So no, I wouldn't be doing that as 2 transfers. No. Especially with Chilwell being away at United this week. No. Keep questions coming in, guys. Bournemouth doing alright in the Championship, thanks. 3 wins, 3 draws and 4th. That's good to see. Solanke scoring. Held talent like King and Brooks. Good. Always like to see them doing well. So yeah, good to see. Badger, if I pronounce that right, I'm wildcarding. Pick 2 of the 3. Mitchell, Kilman, Dallas and Ayling. So the way I'd go is you can't rely on both Kilman and Mitchell to start. So you can't be picking both of them. It's the way I'd go. So I'd probably drop Mitchell and I'd go Kilman and Dallas is probably the way that I'd go. Yeah, that would be the way that I would go. Evening everyone. Thank you. If you are new around here, 22 of you watching, but only 8 of you have liked the video. Make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark by Christmas. And make sure you're in the league code before the deadline closes this evening. It will be open after the deadline if you don't join it before, but there's monthly prizes and all of that coming your way in the league. So make sure you're in there, and every sort of most streams we have a look at it to see how everyone's got on, so we can have a look and review your teams as well. I can pull them up on screen if you are in the league as well. So make sure to join that. So evening Quarry, thanks for coming in. Mitrovic is becoming a headache. What's your opinion? It's a hold for me for the next 2 weeks. He could score. They've got good fixtures for the next couple, so yeah, I would keep him. Do I think Hillman's going to start? I expect him to sort of start the next few. Yes, it's hard to drop him after the performances he's put in, and that's not very just, and it's not really the way Nuno operates. Your defence is Kilman, Mitchell, Masuaku. That's a bit budget and a bit of a risk, especially with... I don't know who the other two are, and I don't know who you're playing this week, but the fixtures for Masuaku's not great, and yeah, so it depends who your other ones are, and let me know who they are. Magnus, triple captain on Kane. There were a few people doing that. Again, it could make a lot of ground, and you could think, great, it will go well, and it will push up the ranks, but I just think there's better opportunities to play it. Yeah, I don't think it's a rumour. I think Leeds have basically confirmed that he's going to be playing in midfield, but it's only going to be 5 game weeks that he does so it's just a transfer waiting to happen, and it's not really what I want to do with my 4.0 defenders, is keep chopping and changing them. So I want to find one that's going to start and then make the swap. I'm Salah captain for this week. It's so hard to... If you read my thread that I put up, where is it? On this one, Salah versus Kane captaincy. So yeah, go and have a read of that. Went up about midday today. It's got a lot of key stats from Fantasy Football Hub. If you like the stats, there's a link at the end of that or in the description, which gives you 15% off your membership and all of that. So make sure to go and check that out. And I just want to have a quick chat about this post that I put out now, as inspired by the guys who got the assist. So I vouched to never pay the £15 for a match of football. I think it's an extortionate price, and I don't plan on paying it. But instead, I will be donating that £15 to Marcus Rashford and his Fair Share UK charity. There is, as I've used as the hashtag, food over football. Those school meals and everything is going to help much more than watching a game of football for an hour and a half. There are more important things in life. So yeah, I've done that, and I hope some people follow in my footsteps. Regulion versus Semedo for next 3. Next 3, I'd probably go Regulion. I think he has looked really great. Just slightly based on fixtures there. So yeah. My transfer this week was Son and Kilman in for Havertz and Reece for a hit. Fairly optimistic it makes up for the hit. Son and Kilman, yeah. Havertz out is not something that I'd like to do, but yeah, I think those 2 transfers are good. It could easily come well this week. Sorry, Ayush, I have seen you ask that. Mitchell or Justin? So I would be starting Mitchell this week. Yeah, if he doesn't start, the chances of him coming off the bench are quite slim. Hodgson rarely makes a defensive sub, so yeah, I'd start Mitchell. You did KDB to Sterling. Was there a better transfer? Well, it depends if you own Son and Salah and the likes of all these players in your team. It depends if they are all in there or not. So, I mean, it's not a bad transfer. This game week, you're probably better off having Sterling. And I think long term, Sterling's a better option than KDB with the way and the positions that they're playing. So, yeah. Is Vardy playing? We don't know that. From what he's said, it sounds like he's going to be fit. Yes. If I had to guess, I'd say he'd play, but we don't have a confirmation on it. Check out another thing that I put out. All the useful content for you guys. My predicted lineup threads from a fan of every team, and Vardy is predicted in Leicester City's one. So we have sort of summary of all the injuries as well as predicted lineup. It comes out every week. So that is there, and Vardy is predicted to start in that. What do I think about Fulham versus Palace game? I wouldn't be benching James Rodriguez. There's no one else you can bench, but I still wouldn't be benching him. Palace are just very good defensively. I wouldn't take Rodriguez out to bring in Zaha. Palace is so poor going forward. I probably wouldn't take that risk. it's just a transfer that you have to make a week later. So Zaha kind of has to outscore Rodriguez by 4 points for it to be worth it. So no. Will Antonio come good in the... Yes. West Ham assets come game week 8 is when they will start to come good, I hope. With Masuaku in my team come game week 8. Fingers crossed when we get there it is. So yeah. Definitely on the likes of Antonio. Will Antonio come good in the long run? Probably not. Worth doing Sterling to Son on wildcard, but I've already have Goulion and Kane. I'd fancy... I think Son's a better value pick than Sterling over the next 3. So, yes, probably, but could easily come back to haunt you. Sterling has looked great. So, yeah, it's a tough one. That's really tough. Would I go? I'd probably go Son just for the money. It depends who the other. If you go to Sterling to Son, is it that you'll just have that money sat in the bank, or would you upgrade other people elsewhere? So I suppose it's worth letting me know those as well. So yeah. Keep the questions coming in. Thoughts on Benrahma's impact on Antonio? I think it's only a good thing. It's not going to bench Antonio. Antonio's their number 1 striker at the moment. He's too good to sit on the bench. I'd be absolutely shocked if we ever saw Antonio benched. Thoughts on Trossard still being a good option? Still a good option. I think there was up and downs with him. You've got to take the highs and the lows. He will be a patchy player as we saw last season. But for his price, it's not a bad pick. Guys, let me know what ranks you're at. How is your season going? What rank are you at so far? Let me know. Will Kilman start? Again, I expect him to. So yeah, I expect him to start. 3-4-3 versus 3-5-2. Which formation is better? It depends. I like 3-5-2 because I think Brewster will offer good sort of bench options going forward. But there's much of a muchness. It depends who you make the swap between that striker. It's not really a formation-based thing. It's which player you prefer. Can upgrade Brewster, Souček or Kilman if I do Sterling to Son. I mean, it depends. If those were your 3 bench players anyway, so that would mean you're playing a 4-4-2 though. So then I probably wouldn't want to do that. So I'd probably upgrade Souček to someone or Brewster to someone and go Son. Feel free, Josh, to send me your DM your team on Twitter, and I will get to it. So season being mostly garbage 2.2. It's a long season. It's a lot of time to go. We can make a lot of gains, guys, and I'll be here every week to help with that as much as possible. I'm currently 400k, so hopefully I know at some point what I'm talking about. So yeah, 600k. Is it going to hurt? Well, it will if he scores. DCL, Ings and Watkins. That's a hard one to find where to go. Kane. If you've got Son as well, don't have any Spurs, then that's going to be a painful one, I think. If you've got Son, then maybe not quite as painful, but you can't own them all. I look at players like, I don't have Mane, I don't have Aubameyang, I don't have Bruno Fernandes, the big one for me, and I don't have them. And you've got to sort of accept. I don't have Werner. You've got to accept that these players will return, but you've got to have faith in where you've put your money. And if you're that scared about not owning a player, then you need to own them. That's what the defining factor will be. So yeah. 2 mil after the wildcard team. Got my first green arrow. Nice work, Nuclear. 1.2 million for Sponge. These are not bad ranks, guys. I will let you know, I was 2.5 million. No, I was 2 million at game week 10 last season, and I finished 125k. So it just shows you that the ranks, especially at the beginning of the season, jump about so much. So just keep the faith and keep plugging away. Yeah, just keep going with it all. What time is it? We have half an hour, guys. Make sure your teams are in and as they should be. Yeah, make sure your teams are there. Let me retweet my team. Finishing 11k last year was pain. Oh, yeah. Tough being outside there. Who should I play, Brewster or Antonio? Antonio, because I don't think Brewster's quite fit to start yet. And at home for Antonio, yeah, I'd go Antonio out of the two of them. Think you're going to stick with Tar and Robert over Salah? Interesting. Bold to go with Trent at the moment over Salah. That's quite bold query. I mean, it depends where else you put the money, but that's quite a bold one. First Friday night deadline of the season. Loving it. I do like a Friday night game. It's a shame that it's on. We can't actually watch it unless you pay 15 quid for it. But their points are quite close currently. Yeah, but that's Trent and Robbo being close to Salah. Quarry, the deadline's at 6:30. There's a game at 8 tonight, which means that the deadline is at 6:30, guys. Any of you who don't know, right, if Quarry doesn't know that, then other people won't. So let me put a tweet out. Yeah, but Trent and Robbo is 2 players and Salah's only 1. Varane I can, but I mean I can watch it on a stream somewhere, but it's not on Premier League. It's on Sky Sports box office. Yes, some questions coming in. Just put that out. So big question. Wildcarded last week and didn't do double Spurs, and you got Sterling instead. No, hold it. It's not worth -4. Stick or twist with Bamford? Not for a hit, yes for free. Or you could hold him for a couple of weeks and go Antonio in a few weeks. That could work. Or you can go to someone like Watkins. I have Emi Martinez and Target on your bench because you have Bamford. But you want to sell him. Antonio in a few weeks or Watkins now are the two that I would be going with. Friday Night Deltas filters out all those darn casuals. It does a little bit. I suppose you don't want people to get bored. It's great to have so many people being engaged with the game. As a content creator, having less and less people play the game is not good news. So yeah, but it helps my rank. So did Doty play yesterday? Should we have a look? Let me get Sofa score up and we can have a look at the Spurs. The Spurs lineup. Have Son, but could get Kane if I took out Pulisic and Ings for -4. I just wouldn't be doing that for a -4. Who's the other player you'd be bringing in? Because it would have to be quite a budget option. So no, I probably wouldn't do that. Sofa score, this guys is a great. So yes, he did. That's not good news for Doty. Did he play the full match? Who got taken off? Yeah, he did. That's not great news for Doty owners. Son came on as a sub, and he scored. So I'd sell Doty now, guys. If you keep him this week, then great. But I'd be selling him next week. It's not good news for him. I'd keep him this week, and if we see that he can start Europa League and then play in the league again this weekend, then keep him. But if he doesn't start in the league this weekend, then I'd be selling. Nuclear, I'm not entirely sure he will because I don't think Ziyech is fully fit yet, so I expect him to be on that right wing role. He could have had returns anyway, so against United, he's great against those sort of teams. So I'm still quite pleased with having Pulisic in my team. I think he's got a lot to offer. So yeah, still happy with it. Yeah, one more week. Werner should play up top for sure. Unless he puts Werner on the wing and Pulisic on the other wing, but I doubt that's going to happen. Gonza, so this is my... That's not it. This is my Twitter page, so send me my DM should be open to you all, so you should just be able to send me a screenshot on Twitter, send it over there, and I can have a look at it on my phone while we're on stream and let me know. So if you guys don't follow me already, make sure to go and do it. Evening Harry, beer in hand, like to see that. We sticking with Rodriguez? Absolutely. Even if he comes on as a sub, 30 minutes against Southampton, he could do something. So yeah, start him. think there's a chance Sterling gets rotated. Not in this game. I don't think they've got enough options at the moment. No, I expect him to start this weekend. I think he's got midweek off. They don't have a game midweek, so yeah. Exactly, Quarry. If anyone is new around here, please hit that like button, but more importantly, subscribe as we try and get to 1,000 subscribers before Christmas. Yeah, make sure to go and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Ooh. So, yeah, if you want to send me your teams on Twitter, I can have a look at them. Or if you send me your team IDs again in the chat, I can do the same. So whichever way you want to do it. If you put your team IDs in the chat, I can pull them up. I won't be doing everyone's, but I can do some. Who will be more consistent? I'd pick Pulisic, but I mean it's a very different price point between Pulisic or Chilwell. So Pulisic I'd rather have than Chilwell, but yeah. Kane or Salah captain sport. So I've gone Kane. So yeah, Harry, if you just sent me your team, yeah, if you guys do want to drop your team IDs, we can do that. Harry Whittaker, you've just sent me yours. Your team looks really nice. Yeah, just roll your transfer going with that. I would be looking potentially to see how Klitsch does and potentially move him on, but your team looks great at the moment, so yeah, just roll with that. It looks really good. How do I have to go on points, don't I? Castan or Van Aanholt? Castan for sure. Let me. Klitsch, have you? If it's for free, I don't fancy Zaha. Actually, I'm going to stick by my. I don't fancy Zaha at all. Their stats are not good enough. I wouldn't start KWP, no, because I expect Everton to score. So this is Krishna's team. De Bruyne is still in there. You have to keep him now, but you're starting Podence and Berge every week, which isn't ideal. When your team's fully fit, it is great, but yeah, just having Podence is fine this week. I expect him to probably start again, but if you had De Bruyne in for Berge, it would be much better. So yeah, yeah. I potentially look at Berge to Souček as well in a couple of weeks' time to strengthen that midfield. But yeah, you need De Bruyne to be back fit soon. Cool. Yeah, Potence's first sub is a nice position to be in. So this belongs to Sponge. Good team. I imagine you're playing Lamptey this week. You probably benched Taylor. They've got Spurs. Yeah, team looks good. Not much I'd change. I don't fancy Podence long term. So yeah. Nuclear sent me his team on Twitter. There it is. Nuclear. Got your team up. Your team looks good. Roll the transfer. Antonio's not great this week, but if he doesn't play, I'd probably put Dallas first sub. I don't expect Bruce to start this week. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Baker, for sending me your team. Mitchell, fine to start this week over Dallas. Yeah, I understand that. Your team looks good. Yeah, it's good to roll. Your team looks nice there. So, is Solly March a good? I'd still prefer Souček over Solly March. Souček is in 2 weeks' time when their fixtures turn will be a great option. So Chelsea is only because that's what I like to see. Cool. We'll put one more team in. What time is it? We have got 21 minutes until the deadline. So this belongs to Jones Bloke in the chat. Let me know what you guys think of these teams while we're going through them as well. If you've got anything that you'd add or change. Team looks good. Triple Villa, it's just a bit much for me. Kilman on the bench. Oh no. Oh, that's painful. Who are you starting this week? I hope you're playing Kilman over Chilwell. hope that's what's happened. You don't need to make a transfer as this is your team. So yeah. So is that your team that looks like it's on a bench boost, Keshav? Yes, it is. Kilman, yeah, but your team looks good. Your team looks nice. I don't like the two keepers. I don't like rotating goalkeepers. But your team looks strong. It's just a lot of money that you've got sat on your bench every week if you are benching Cresswell every week. But yeah. Keshav, I like your team. I suppose it's wildcard. It's bench boost. I can see why you've done it in the cases. I personally would prefer to wait for a double game week. But yeah, your team looks nice. Yeah, good luck with it. Yeah, guys, put your Leeds versus Villa score predictions in the chat, and I will get back to one of you. Yeah, let me know your score prediction. Sorry, guys, I just need to reply. To something else. Let me know, yeah, your score predictions, guys. I currently have, I reckon, 2-2. Expecting some goals in it. I do have Martinez, but yeah, let me find my... Where's Crystal Palace? Cool. Yeah, put your predictions for this evening in the chat, and I might pick one of you for a little winner. We'll see. So get your predictions in the chat. We'll have a little game of it. So free hit played. So what does your team go back to? Look like this. Trent Robbo's not ideal. Bamford and Costa again is a bit much, but Anna Harrison. You're a Leeds fan, Gonza, by any chance? Hi Jamie, how you doing? Have you sent me your team as well? Yes, Jamie, you have. Team looks fine. I'm not a fan of you having to play both Ayling and Walker Peters this week with Podence, but yeah, I'd probably look at Ferguson to either Mitchell or Kilman depending on who starts this week. So yeah, but your team does look good for this week. No more transfers to be made on that. Wow, no one backs Leeds. Interesting. Grealish, let's go. Yes, big Grealish returns needed. Leeds to win and inflict Villa their first defeat. 3-1 Leeds. It could happen. Listen, it could happen. Away is the only thing. Leeds fan, no, must be 2-0 Leeds. I'd be interested and I'd be surprised if Villa don't score, but I'd be surprised if both teams don't score. No, Phillips is bad, but isn't what's his name? The Spanish lad back from injury. I can't remember his name now, but he's back, isn't he? Which will help them a lot. Lorente, that's the one. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be a good game. It will be. Two teams who are playing really well at the moment. So yeah, I look forward to it. 2-0 Villa from Josh, 1-0 Villa from Sport Haven, 2-0 Villa from Keshav. I want to call you Kesha, like the singer, but that's not right. Phillips is too important. Yeah. But he's been good, Lorente, when he was there. So we'll see what happens. I still think it favours Villa, but we'll see. I expect both teams to score. Burge, come on for Doherty. That's why he started. Already sold KDB and Wood midweek for Kane and Zaha. Okay, alright, that makes sense. Phillips been poor since England debut. I'm not sure that's quite the case. He hasn't been maybe as good as he was, but yeah. You need to sort your team out. So bye guys. Yeah. Josh, if you sent me your team, let me have a look. Josh Seal has sent me his team on Twitter, so let me just have a look. It's easier if you guys post your team IDs in the chat, because then I can bring it up and it's not just me staring at my phone. Your team looks good. Lookman is an interesting one. I think he'll be quite of a patchy player, but your team looks good this week. So thinking Sterling to Son to upgrade. I just leave it this week. To be honest, I wouldn't make that transfer. So Matthew has sent me his team. Evening, Corvus. Should you start KWP Dallas or Justin Dallas for me? I expect them all to not return highly though this week. So Matthew has sent me his team. Kilman on the bench, and you're starting Mitchell and Chilwell over him. No, get Kilman in that starting lineup for sure. Probably for Mitchell, but get Kilman in that starting lineup. Yes. You're on your wild card. Okay, Josh. Bench Souček, Brewster both, and Lookman is a bit much. So I don't know exactly where all your money is. I probably would downgrade Meslier and try and upgrade Souček to try and get what's his name, Barkley in for Souček, and upgrade there is probably the way I'd go. Downgrade Meslier, and if you're on your wild card, I'd get Martinez in goal. So yeah, sorry, guys, this is my team for this week. Lining up with a 3-5-2 again, just after my wild card this week. Ranked 400k after 91 last week. So yeah, pretty happy. Corvus, you're going, no problem. If you guys are new, please make sure to like the video, but more importantly, subscribe. Trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers before Christmas, so I can start, like, you unlock a lot of stuff on YouTube if you get that. So yeah, would really appreciate if you guys like and subscribe the videos as we're there. What time is it? 13 minutes, guys, until the deadline. Make sure to go and check all your teams. Just notice I have Havertz on the bench, not Podence. Yeah, I'd probably start Havertz. Thor, this is my team. 3-5-2. Got 2 players tonight, which I hate having, but I'm not going to bench either of them. Grealish and Martinez. If we can get anywhere near 10 points combined with them, it would be a good start to the game week. So yeah, if I can get anywhere near that, it would be a good start to the game week. Who would you bench? I'd bench Mitchell out of those 3. Slivo, the captaincy is so hard this week. Yeah, it's really hard to pick. I'm going Kane, but it's literally a coin toss. Yeah, Chelsea will keep more clean sheets when Mendy plays over anyone else in the team. So yeah, so it's better for Chilwell, but still defensively we aren't that great, are we? Like, let's be honest. So Salah versus Kane could easily come back to bite me. Yeah, we'll see with that. We will see. Salah's ownership is going to be mad. It's going to be way over 100%. It's going to be way over 100%, isn't it? What was it last week? Should we have a look on live? Wrong tab. We'll have a look on, if you guys don't use live FPL. Team Jorginho in there, Kilman. Yeah, you got Kilman, which is nice. Overall player ownership. If you guys don't use live FPL, it's a great. But look at this. So Liverpool, Salah was at 64. Your local tier. This is what I want to look at. So, is it? They take it down. Oh no, they don't. So I'm just trying to see what the ownership will be of Salah, just to see if it is that high. Am I better off captaining him? Because at the moment it's going to get to the Salah. Look at that. I don't think Kane will hit 100%. Salah will. Oh, you guys are making me doubt myself now. I love Monday Night Captain, but that's going to skyrocket over 100%. Interesting. I'm a big one for... Yeah, Salah will be over... Sponge has got it on the nose. Salah will be over 100%. Kane and Son won't be. But you got to think about ownership a little bit, don't you? I don't know who's going to score the most points. I'm stuck between them all. If we look at others... Yeah, but... it creeps up, you know, the higher you get. It could all be over 100%, to be honest. Everyone owns all three and captain's one of them. I mean, they could all be over 100%. So it's just who you're backing to be the top point scorer out of them. Salah will be over 100%. So I'm going to want Salah to blank at home to Sheffield United. Martinez in for McCarthy or save transfer for next week. I have 9 minutes to decide on my captaincy. You guys, what have you done? Sterling to 8.5 mid and Brewster to Kane for -4. I just wait. But it's the home fixture for Salah. Oh. Yeah, what are the transfers in? Because I think they're all going to be over 100%. I think they could all. Kane, almost 1 million transfers in, and they're all going to be over 100% actually. Looking at that, if you look at how almost, you know, that's an ownership increase of a good, almost, that's 10% increase for both of them. That's a good 10% of players increase in ownership. So it could go up. I'm going to stick it on Kane. I'm going to leave it where it is. It's where I've had it all week. It never works out if you change it late. So I've got Salah. So do your worst. McAllister ruined my guide to clean sheet, but Fulham surely not. Also in Salah we trust. Guys, if you've gone Salah, then great. Good luck with it. I hope it goes well. Just stick with what you're happy with, I suppose. So yeah. Go for Salah. You're in the rank. Your ownership will hurt you. Guys, stop. It's never good to change your mind this late, but I haven't put much thought into it. I don't know. I also can't tell, but I think Harry's creating more with assists. Yeah, but it's been relied on. Son's great finishing, but then Salah's really overperformed his goals, all from this thread I wrote. I'm going to stick it on Son, on Kane. Harry don't mind them. When scores a brace, you may regret it. That's true. I'm just going to leave it where I am. I'm not going to be moved around by you. Yeah, I'm keeping it. Move vice captain to Salah. Yeah, that's what I'll do. We'll meet in the middle. What am I doing? Make vice captain. It'll make me feel worse. You guys, Mark, Quarry, Sponge is going to make me feel worse when he scores and he's my vice captain now. But what can you do, eh? I'm going with this. I will move the vice captain just so you don't have two players from the same game. But it's tough. Who do they play next week? He plays Brighton at home next week. Wow, he'll be my captain again. West Ham at home. Oh, gosh. Well, You guys, Burnley is an attacking team, so Spurs. Yeah, but Sheffield United are not an attacking team either. So there's no attack for Liverpool. It's the same, and they play 5 at the back. You've gone for Son. You think your vice captain is Martinez. I'd probably change that just in case Son is injured. It's a disrespect to Salah. Oh, take either Son and Kane out game 6 onwards. Yeah, it's something I'm looking to do for City players. Let me. Sheffield United are just so good defensively, and I know they got injuries as well. Alright, Craig, make sure all of you guys, the deadline is in 4 minutes, so if you haven't confirmed your teams, go and do that. Yeah, if you haven't confirmed your teams, go and do that. It did, Quarry. I'm going to trust Quarry. He told me to play Rodriguez. Yeah, I'm going with this. No more about my team in the chat. Make sure you guys have gone and confirmed your teams. You have 3 minutes to go and do that. Yeah, make sure that's done. We wouldn't want you guys missing the deadline. If you have, join the league that's going across the bottom. We can have a look at that now, actually. Should we have a look at how the standings are? Where is the FPL Tips YouTube League? First, 374. I am sat in 22nd. Can you be above me? Make sure to try and beat me throughout the season. Some great points and some not so great points, but I'm not going to call anyone out. We've got quite a few of you looking to join now in the build up to this game week, so make sure the code is along the bottom, so make sure you go and do that. If it's not before the deadline, take a screenshot of the stream now and go and do it after. Yeah, I confirmed Salah vice captain. Not that it's going to make a difference. I may do Kane to Aguero, but I may also do Kane and one of my mids to a striker and a midfielder. So he could do game week sort of 9 when I want to sell a Spurs asset when their fixtures turn. Aim is to overtake you this week. Klitsch hat-trick incoming. No chance, Harry. You can stay behind me. What time is it? 28. So guys, at past I will be ending the stream. Again, thank you all for 15,000 followers on Twitter. Really appreciated it. Joining now, would my points? Yeah, it would start from your game week 1. No, it would start your game week 1 points, and all of that would count. So you would just go into the league as if you've been there right from the start. So yeah, well, they could blank. I joined your league late. No, you don't miss out on points. You get all the points. You get all the points that you would have had from game week 1. But we also have monthly prizes. So, if you're going to win each month, you get a £5 voucher. So make sure you go and do that. So yeah, make sure you're in there and in the running. Harry, 1 point behind first. Matthew in there in first. Good luck, guys. So yeah, if I win it, money goes to charity. So I'll take the risk and trust Bamford one more time. So we have 1 minute. Guys, thank you all for coming once again. Make sure your teams are confirmed. I'll be back again next Friday to do another deadline stream. I won't be able to stream during the week, but I will be available on Twitter. I'm going away for a few days. My team is there and ready and waiting. So good luck, guys. Probably call it there. I hope you guys have a good game week. I hope it goes well for you. But yeah, make sure you're in the league, and I will see you guys this time next week. If you are new, please like and subscribe on the video. Would really appreciate it. But I will see you all guys this time next week. Once the deadline rolls around and the game closes, then we will call that a day. But thanks, guys, and good luck. I hope those arrows are green. So that should be the game. Updating. Apparently not. Yeah, let's hope that Salah and Kane both have the same scores. But there we go. The game is being updated. Good luck, everyone. Kept the captaincy on Kane, and we'll see what happens with that. But see you all guys next week, and thanks again for your support. Where is my mouse? Thanks, guys.